Ta-da! Hi everyone, good evening. Yes, good evening everyone. Hi. So many comments already. You all are here, eagerly waiting for the class. Good to see all of you here. Hi Parth. Hi Ananya. Hi Yash. Hi Saroj. Hi Haripriya. Hi Sukhjot. Hi Priya. Kunal. Tareen. Tehrani. Deepak. Kritika. Finil. Ayushman. Then Aleem, Daisy, Dhanya, Arts Monster, Varsha, Charvi, Priyanshi, Ambika. Then we have Kathi Ravana. Sorry, it takes some time for me to register your names. Nisha, Alex. Awesome. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the class. I'm your teacher, Ankita. And we will be starting finally with the 10th class, right? I'm sure all of you was waiting for it after your term 1. Now we'll be stepping into the term 2. I am super excited to teach you. What about you guys? Tell me. Hi everyone, good evening. Yes. Sophia, Shakti, we have Piyush, we have Nikesh, Priya, Hema, Tanu. Excited, right? Yes, so in today's class, of course, along with the topic that we'll be studying, of course, we have the quiz Menti, right? So we'll be doing that once our class is done, right? When we will be learning about all the important topics that we have in this particular session, we'll be moving to the Menti quiz. So I want all of you to pay attention to the class because, of course, the questions will be related to it, right? So let's start our class, everyone. So what we have asexual reproduction part 1, right? So we'll be looking at it, and of course, it's a very big topic. So we have made into 2 different sessions, right? So let's start on that amazing note. I hope that all of you are super excited, full of energy. Go and get your notebook and keep your pen with you so that you can note down all important points. And one thing, have the water bottle with you. Yes, you have enough time, right, for term 2. Still, we have time. We can easily cover up all the important topics and you will be getting amazing marks. Menti will be there once we will be done with the session, right? Yes, super excited? Awesome. Okay, let's move ahead and let's look at the important content or the important topics that we will be discussing today. So of course in today's class we'll be discussing about what is reproduction. We'll be discussing about the importance of reproduction. We will have the different types of reproduction, and of course, we'll be moving to the different types of asexual reproduction, right? It's a very easy chapter, and in today's session, we have really very easy topics. So let's start without taking any of your time. We are starting with what reproduction is. Now you tell me what reproduction is. Yes, come on everyone, you can write your answer in the chat box. What reproduction is. It's really very easy, right? We have 2 words over here, reproduction. I'm sure we all know the meaning of production, right? Think about it. Yes? Yes, Tanu will be taking care of that. Thank you for putting out there. Yes? So, reproduction is nothing but the process of producing offspring that are biologically or genetically similar to their parents, right? Of course, we have the few examples. Over here, we have the hen and chicken. Oh, panda over here, and of course, the human baby and the mother. Yes, so over here, we have the definition of reproduction. Note this down, a super important thing. So now we know what reproduction is. Of course, we'll see right? Of course, it's a whole process where we'll see the producing of the offspring, which is similar to the parent, right? Simple definition. We can write these extra words that will be helping us to make our answer really very clear to the examiner, writing about the biological or the genetic similarity. Yes? Amazing. Very good. Now that we are done with this definition, yes, okay. So I'll take up that question from Isha and Almeen, that genetically, so means basically we have various characteristics, right? For example, I'm sure you must have heard someone will tell you, okay, your eyes are like your father or your nose are like mother. So these are the genetic characteristics that we get from our parents, right? So in the whole process of reproduction, we'll get these all genes, right? Amazing genes. Yes, okay. So on that note, let's move ahead. Now we are clear about what is reproduction. Now let's understand why the reproduction is important. Now when we keep on talking about the reproduction, we know that it's really very important. And it's a very important question that usually comes in the examination, that why it is important. And over here we have 3 important reasons for it. Remember these. First, of course, we have that it produces variation in a species and leads to the evolution. Now, of course, as the reproduction occurs, as the genetic material get transferred from one individual to the next generation, what we'll see? We'll see variation. See, you are not the identical copies of your parents, right? You have some of the characteristics from your mother and some of the characteristics from your father. So there is definitely the variation in you, and these variation actually leads to the evolution. We are here and we can say that we are a result of evolution, and evolution is still happening, right? So of course, reproduction is really very important for that. Apart from that, when we talk about the reproduction importance, we know that it will actually help to maintain the continuity of the species. Now just imagine, right, if at all there is no reproduction for a certain amount of species, what will happen? Eventually, the species will die, right? And of course, what will happen? Once they are died, what will happen? Of course, they'll go completely extinct. That is the third point, that reproduction actually help in preventing the extinction of the species. Absolutely correct. Very good, Charvi. Thank you, Kuldeep. So I'm sure, Isha, you are clear how variation occurs? Yes? Right? Very good. So biologically, for example, we know that when we say biological mother, right? So that particular woman will be carrying the baby inside her body, right? So she is the ideally biological mother. So that's a major difference between these two terms when we think in that way. Biological parents, right? The same genetic information will be coming to them. Yes. Awesome. So we have these 3 importance, right? Importance of reproduction. Moving ahead, we will be discussing about that the different types of reproduction, and this is the easiest thing. I'm sure all of us know that what are the different types of reproduction, right? Now we know that we have 2 different types. We have asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, what we just have involvement of the only one parent, whereas in the sexual reproduction, 2 parents are involved. Yes? Very good. Second point, talk about the gametes, right? So in asexual reproduction will not see the formation of the gametes, whereas in sexual reproduction, gametes are formed. Simple. The third difference we have, right, between these two is variation. So in asexual reproduction, as we know that only one parent is involved, there is no gamete formation, we'll see no variation, right? And over here in sexual reproduction, we will see the variation happening. Super easy. So gametes are the reproductive cells, right? In the case of humans, we have the sperms and the egg, right? Yes. Yes, Isha and Priya have answered your question. Are we clear, everyone? Come on, I want to see the chart, right? Running actually. Please interact with me. Are you clear with this? So we have talked about what is reproduction, what in the importance of reproduction, and then we have talked about the different types of reproduction, right? Awesome. Very good. Now that we're done with this, okay, Raj, you're asking about the carpel. We'll be discussing about that when we will be discussing about the reproduction in flower. So I want you to wait for some time. Awesome. Moving ahead, we'll be discussing about the different types of asexual reproduction, right? We have huge variety of it and we'll be learning over here. So we have different types of asexual reproduction. We have all of these. We have the fission, right, which we see in amoeba. We have budding, which we see in hydra. Like, there are a few examples over here. We have fragmentation, then we have the regeneration, right? All of these are different types of asexual reproduction. Then we have spore formation and we have the vegetative propagation, right? Very good, Kuldeep. Yes. So we have these and we'll be discussing about these in detail, right? So starting with the first one, we have fission. Now I want all of you to pay your attention over here. I know that you want to answer the questions, right? So the moment we will finish this, we'll be going to the Menti quiz. Yes? Awesome. Okay, everyone. So let's talk about the fission process. Now, when we talk about the fission, we know that fission, what will happen? We'll see the splitting into the parts. Simple meaning of fission is that we'll see the splitting of the parts. In that, we have two different types of fission. We have binary fission and then we have the multiple fission. Now, of course, it's a very easy thing, right? I'm sure you know the answer for this. Now, when we talk about the binary fission, right, as the word has binary, we know that there will be the splitting of the parts into two. So, we'll see the splitting into the two parts. Aditya will be dealing with that, yes, in a while. So, over here, what we'll see? We usually observe the binary fission in the bacteria and the protists. Right over here, we have the example of amoeba. I'm sure all of us know what amoeba is, right? It's an amazing organism. So over here, we have the parent, and after the whole process of binary fission, we will see the formation of two daughter cells. And these will be the identical copies of their mother or the parent cell, right? They'll be the identical copy of their parent. Simple. Now that we are clear with this, let's get into the details, right? And let's look and let's learn more about it. So over here, we'll be discussing about the binary fission in amoeba. Here we go. So what will happen first? Of course, we have the parent cell, right? Then of course, what we'll see? First of all, we'll see the division, of course, of the nucleus. Then of course, we'll see the division of the cytoplasm. And of course, then we'll see the formation of the daughter cells. So over here we have the four steps. First of all, we have the nuclear division. The nucleus will divide. Then the cytoplasm will divide. And eventually, we will see the daughter cells. Yes? Now, of course, as you look at the planes, how the division is happening is different, right? Yes. Okay. AP all-rounder. So, cytokinesis is a division of the cytoplasm and the karyokinesis is a division of the nucleus. Yes, that's the answer. I'm good. Sanya, I'm good. Yes, are we clear with this, everyone? Are we clear with the binary fission? Binary, remember it, we'll get the two daughter cells. The easiest way for us to remember, first nucleus division and then the cytoplasm division. This is really important. Yes? Are we clear? Everyone clear? That's a very interesting question, Papia. Once you get the answer, please do share it with me. Yes? Cool. Crystal clear? Awesome. Now let's talk about this, right? One more example of the binary fission. We'll see this in the Leishmania. Yes. Now, of course, over here we have one of the type. Deepak, you will get your answer over here. So over here we have the Leishmania, right, which is parent cell, and Leishmania, right, it causes the sleeping sickness. Over here we have the parent cell, right, and of course we can see the first of all, we'll see the development of the flagella. Absolutely correct. Yes, absolutely correct. Over here, first we'll see the growth of the flagella, development of the flagella. Once the flagella is there, of course, what we'll see? We'll see the nuclear division. As you can see over here, the nuclear division is happening, right? After the nuclear division, we'll see the division of the cytoplasm, right over here. And over here, we have the two new daughter cells. Yes, yes, Madhu. Mradura. Yes. Right, over here we can see the flagellum. Of course, various microorganisms have these, right? They have cilia's and flagellum for the movement. Yes, I think I'm answering your question. Yes, Madhura, I've answered you. Very good, right? So we have seen the orientation of it also. Now, let's move ahead and let's talk about the multiple fission. So in binary fission, just remember two examples. We have talked about the amoeba and the leishmania, right? And of course, we know that in the binary fission, we'll see the formation of two daughter cells. Yep, got it. Amazing. Are we clear, everyone? Yes, Kuldeep, that's for that. You have to come to our 9th class. We were just discussing about it. Kala Azar, it's a type of a disease, right, caused by the leishmania. Yes. Amazing. So we are done with the binary fission. Now let's move to the next part, which is the multiple fission, right? A very important thing. Now, the multiple fission, of course, as it has the word multiple fission, we know that it will be splitting into many, right? Then, of course, this usually occur in the unfavorable conditions when the organisms does not have a much choice, right? When they are encountered by some of the unfavorable conditions, multiple fission will occur. Yes. Yes, very good. We will be covering about the hydra, but let's wait for some time, right? After this, we'll have the budding. So over here we have the parent cell, and after what we'll see? We'll see the multiple daughter cells. Now, when we talk about the multiple fission, we can easily say that, of course, one of the common example we have is of the plasmodium. Now, we'll be seeing this, it will be splitting into many, right? And of course, it will be happening in the unfavorable conditions. So, we have the parent cell. Of course, we'll see the formation of the cyst, right? There will be a cyst covering up all of these nuclei, and once the cysts are completely over here, like it cannot hold anymore, there will be the rupture of the cyst, and of course, it will be releasing the multiple copies of the daughter cells. That's why we call it as a multiple fission. Now, the important thing for all of us to remember is that this is a mode of asexual reproduction where we'll see the exact copy of the parent. All the genetic material that the parent have will be getting into the daughter cells. So, they are more identical. This is really very important. Yes, very good, Raj. Very good, Aishwarya. Yes. Sophia, Raj have answered the question. Yes, over here. So basically, it's a covering over here. It's a layer that is formed. And inside it, we have these multiple nuclei. Yes? Amazing. So, we have discussed about the binary fission and the multiple fission. Right? This is really important. Understood? Amazing. Very good. Now, let's talk about another type, that is budding. Now, I think few of you were asking about it. So, over here we have budding. Now, let's see and let's talk about the budding process and how it happens. So, in budding, what we'll see, of course, the first common example that we have is the hydra, easiest of all. We have the yeast also, but we are talking about the example of the hydra. So, what happens over there? There's a formation of the bud, right? And of course, once, of course, the outgrowth will occur, and of course, we have the new organism. So, let's look into it. Now, it's a very, question asked. This is a very common question. And over here, maybe, right, in your examination, they'll show you some stages and you have to write more about it. So, pay attention. So, we have the parent hydra, and after that, what we'll see? First of all, we'll see the growth of the bud, right? And slowly, what we'll see, the bud will get mature, it will get developed. And once it is completely mature, it will get detached from the parent's body and it will stick to a substrate and it will grow as a new individual. Yes? Yes, it's a very easy process. That's very good, Kuldeep. Yes. Yes. Shivans, yeast is a fungi, right? And in that also we'll see the same process happening. I'm sure in your textbook you can see there's at this particular diagram where you will see the outgrowth and slowly this outgrowth will grow. Yes? Okay. Very good, Nikesh. A new individual developed from the small part of the animal. Yes, very good. You all are really very aware about it. Yes, over here we have the bud. So that's all about the budding. I think the easiest amongst the asexual reproduction is the budding process. Crystal clear? Yes. So Aishwarya, why we call it as an outgrowth? Because as you can see, it's growing towards out, right? Outgrowth. Raj will be discussing about the fragmentation, regeneration, but you have to wait a bit. Everyone, are we clear? Yes? Awesome. Moving ahead, let's talk about the next process, that is fragmentation. Now, fragmentation, as a word we have fragments, we can easily make out what will be happening in this particular process. So we have, in fragmentation, we'll be seeing the breaking up into many fragments, yes, as the word suggests. And over here, when we talk about, we have the example of the spirogyra, right over here. Now over here we have the organisms, and upon its maturation, what will happen? Suddenly it will break into the many parts, and over here we have these, and these will be growing into a new individual. See over here, simple, right? So upon the maturation, we'll see the breaking of the fragments, and each fragment will develop into a new individual or an organism, right? And we have a very easy example for it. So it's again a very easy process. Fragmentation, fragments will come, fragments, and then of course from the fragments, we'll see the growth of a new individual. Yes? Right? Namaste. Are we clear? Very good. So spirogyra is an organism, right? Amazing. So you are clear with it. We are done with the fragmentation part of it. Now we are moving to a very interesting question, and let's see, are you paying attention to the class or not? Over here we have budding is seen in. Where we'll see the budding? So over here we have the four options. We have spirogyra, planaria, hydra and leishmania, where we'll see the budding process. Come on everyone. You can answer quickly in the chat box. Very good. The correct answer is option number C, that is hydra. If over here we have the E's, that will be the correct answer also. Okay. So we have the correct answer, which is hydra. Now we are moving to a very, confusing topic. That is about regeneration. So you know what fragmentation is. We have just studied the fragmentation process. In fragmentation, we'll see the organism upon maturation by itself, right? Right, by itself, what will happen? It will break into various fragments. Now let's talk about regeneration. I want you to focus over here because these two topics are places where we usually get confused and we struggle to write the answer and to express ourselves, right? So over here, let's discuss about it in detail. Over here, we're talking about the regeneration, right? So regeneration, of course, occurs in which of the organisms? Planaria or the hydra? Yes? Yes, over here. So we know that simple animals like hydra and planaria, if we cut them into any number of pieces, you know what will happen? Each pieces can grow into a complete organism, and this is called as regeneration. Now we have to understand the meaning of the word regeneration. Regeneration. So we are generating, right? Again we are generating. So if there is an accident, right, or if in a very unfavorable conditions, if there's a cut on these organisms, what we will see? We will see that they'll develop into a new individual, like from each part, we'll see the growth happening. Yes? Now, let's talk about it in detail. So, regeneration is carried out, as you all are mentioning over here, right, about the tissues. Okay, yes, yeah. So, over here we have that is carried out with the specialized cells which actually help in the formation, the lead in the formation of the cell types and the different tissues. Yes, right? So we usually see the regeneration, the common example when we talk about, we have the example of planaria. We talk about the lizard's tail also, right? In the unfavorable conditions. So I'm sure you must have seen the lizard, right? It will grow aram se according to the body functioning. But if by some accident, if there is the cutting of the tail of the lizard, what will happen? Slowly with the time, we'll be able to see the regrowth of the tail, right? Very good, Shivans. Fragmentation covers or repaired cells or tissue. Regeneration. right? Regeneration, in that we will see there are specialized cells that will lead to the formation of new types of cells or tissues. Yes? Now when we talk about this, right, regeneration, let's look into the detail. Now let's understand this regeneration planaria. Of course, if this is the planaria, if by accident there is a different parts of the planaria, each of these parts will develop into the new individual, right? When a planaria gets cut into pieces, each of them grows into a complete organism. But there's a very interesting thing we have that makes regeneration different. And we know that this will be happening, right? We'll see, right, the growth. But regeneration is not same as a reproduction process, right? Because most organisms would not do this. For example, if we talk about the amoeba, do you think amoeba can do this? No, right? What about Hydra can do this? But what about the other microscopic organism? They'll not be able to follow the regeneration, right? For that, they have to get cut. And of course, either manually or by themselves, right? Which is not possible. So, regeneration is not same as reproduction, and of course, it's not the main mode of reproduction. We studied under the asexual reproduction because over here we can see that they're generating into the new individual from the same body piece. Yes? Yes, everyone, are we clear with this? Are we clear? Yes? So, of course, in our body also there are various cells, right? When they die, of course, the new cells will be replacing them. We see the repair of those things. In our skins also we see the same thing, right? Are we clear? Now, you know what I want you to do? It's a very important homework question that I should give it to you. That after the class is done, spend some time, read your books, go through the session again, and try to write at least 3 differences between the regeneration and the fragmentation. Yes? Yes, everyone? Yes. That's what part. Regeneration is happening at a particular part. See, when it's there in the small organism, of course it can grow. But when we talk about the bigger organisms, right, they have specific tissues, they have various different types of organs altogether. So it becomes more and more complicated. So regeneration cannot be used as a mode of reproduction for the higher organisms, right? This is one way we can justify our answer. Yes? Are we clear, everyone? Are we clear? I want you to make a smiley in the chat box or give me a thumbs up so that I know that we all are on the same page and you guys are enjoying the session. So, we have discussed about the asexual reproduction. Till now, we have discussed about the fission, both the binary fission, multiple fission. We have discussed about the budding. We have discussed about the fragmentation. And then we have discussed about the regeneration also. Yes? Why can't we regenerate? It's a very interesting question. Just think about it, right? Us getting regenerated will take a lot of time because we have so much in our body. Right? So, that's a way. We can say there are regeneration of our cells, right? One, if there are few cells who are dying, we have the replacement of them. Yes, Deepak, you want me to explain you the fragmentation? Fragmentation or the regeneration? So regeneration we do consider as a mode of reproduction, but it's not in all the organism, right? It's not the same as a reproduction as the statement over here says. Because though we say that regeneration comes in the asexual reproduction mode, we know and we understand the difference what is happening, right? We still will be considering over here in the asexual reproduction because of course we can see the formation of a new organism over here from its old body part, right? That's interesting. That's really very important. Awesome. Great. Now that we're done with this, let's quickly solve a question. And this question will be helping us to know that whether all of us are paying attention or not. So over here we have the question. It's about the Spirogyra reproduced through budding, binary fission, multiple fission, or the fragmentation. So fragmentation is a process, right, where what we'll see, in the fragmentation, we'll see that upon maturation. So we have to use the word maturation over here because it's not that it can occur at any point of time. So upon the maturation only, we'll see that the organism will break actually itself into the various fragments, and each of the fragments will grow into a new individual. So over here in this particular question, we know that option number D is correct. Right? Okay. Very good. Now we're done with this, right? Now, with this, we are done with our today's class. We'll be going to the Menti quiz now. All of you, I want you to stay with us, right? Spore formation and vegetative propagation will be dealing in the next class because these individually again are huge, right? Spore formation is really very easy, but the vegetative propagation is a big topic. So we'll be dealing with these two topics in the next class. So I want you to be there in the next class, right? So now what we'll do, we will go in the quiz. But before that, let's quickly summarize the things that we have studied today. So we started with the reproduction. What is reproduction? We know that a process of producing offspring that are biologically or identically similar to the parents, right? That's the reproduction. Then of course we discussed about the importance of it. Produce variation, right? It produces the variation which leads to the evolution. Of course, it actually helps in the continuity of the species, and of course, most importantly, it will be preventing the extinction of the species, right? Then we discussed about the different types of reproduction. We have asexual reproduction where we have discussed about only one parent is involved, gametes are not formed, and of course variations are not there. Then we have the sexual reproduction where of course two parents are involved, gametes are formed, and of course we'll see a lot of variation. Yes? Yes, everyone? Very good. Now, apart from that, we discussed about the fission, right, asexual reproduction. We discussed about the splitting into the parts. We discussed about two examples, amoeba and the leishmania. They'll be splitting into two. Then we discussed about the, of course, plasmodium multiple fission, right? Then, of course, we have the budding. Now, budding is a very interesting process. We will see the formation of the bud, and of course, as the bud grows, it will develop, and upon its maturation, it will be detaching from the parents. We'll see this in the hydra and in the yeast. And of course, then we discussed about the fragmentation. Yes. Of course, over here, the organism will break into the two parts upon maturation, or many parts upon maturation. And of course, it will grow into a new organism. Then we have the regeneration process. Yes. Very good. So over here, we can see if there's a cut in the organism, very few, especially in the planaria we will see the growth of the organism. Right? Are we there? Yes, all of you. Are you clear with the concept that we have discussed in today's class? Yes, everyone, please tell me. Yes, Ambika, if it was cut, or if there are very unfavorable conditions, what will happen if there's a break? So, Isha, the difference between the fragmentation and the regeneration is over here. So, fragmentation, what happens? The organisms upon maturation. So, it is happening biologically, right? We can say that upon its maturation, it will be dividing into the fragments, breaking into the fragments, sorry, not dividing. It will break into the fragments, and of course, new individual will grow. In regeneration, specifically, we are focusing on the cutting part because this is what really is happening in the regeneration. If there's a cut onto the organism, in the case over here, we are talking about the planaria, each part can grow into a new organism, right over here, as we can see. Yes, but the important thing that we all should remember that regeneration is different, right? And we cannot use the regeneration as the same as the fragmentation. Simple. You are ready for Menti? Amazing. Yes. Yes, anonymous. Yes. And few explanation, right? Like in the few conditions, few unfavorable conditions. Everyone, are you clear? You can write about the example, about that in your examination, you can mention that only few part will be growing. You have to specify that which part is growing. Yes? Are we clear, everyone? Okay. Now, time for quiz. and checking ourselves whether we got all the amazing information that we have just studied. Thank you so much, Ananya. Okay, I'm sorry if I missed your name. Thanks to each one of you. So what you have to do, guys, you have to go to the www.menti.com and then you have to use the code which is 68346604. Yes? I hope you are going to the menti.com and you are using this code. And in the meanwhile, let's just go and see what is happening. Let me just put the screen. Let's just make the screen whole, full screen, and we have over here. Ta-da! Okay, 59 of you are here. Come on! More students should be here, right? It's a fun quiz. We'll be checking our knowledge. Okay, teddy bear, frog is yours. Okay, emoji is mine. Okay. Thank you so much, Deepak. Fish is yours, very good. Donut, okay, nice. Okay, we'll wait for some time. So how many students with the do we have here? Catch with the heart eyes is mine, very good. Yes, come on, can we have it at 100? Yes? Yeah? Yes, come on, come on, come on. Okay, we'll count till 10 and then we'll start. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I'm just waiting for it to be 100 over here. Yes. Now, 2, 3, 1. 3, 2, 1. Yes. So we have 101 students in the class, in the Menti. So I think it's a good. Now I will be very careful about the Menti. Okay. Let's start, everyone. All the best. Remember one thing, that you have to answer very quickly. So if there are 2 students, right, I have to tell you this because you should know about this. So there are 2 kids who are answering the correct answer. The faster one will get more marks. So just be very quick. Okay. On that note, everyone, all the best and let's start. You'll have the first question over here. You have to identify the type of reproduction over here. Multiple fission, is it fragmentation, is it binary fission or regeneration? Yes, come on, come on, come on, come on. Everyone answer. I want all of you to vote. Drum rolls, everyone, come on, come on, come on. That's very good, Fennel. Very quickly you gave the answer, I believe. And time's up. 85 of you have voted for the correct answer. 9 have voted for the multiple fission and 11 of you voted for the fragmentation and 3 for regeneration. You know that the correct answer is binary fission. See, in the image we can see, right, we have 2 daughter cells, so it got to be the binary fission. Yes? Okay. 108, let's go ahead and let's look at the solution of it, right? So we know that it's a binary fission, the organism is Leishmania, and that, of course, we know that the parent organism will be dividing. First, the flagella will be there, right? Flagellum will divide, or sorry, will develop. Then, of course, nuclear division, cytoplasm division, and of course, the 2 daughter cells. Menti code is right on the screen somewhere over here, as you can see, right? It is 6834660407. Easy peasy. Awesome, I can see the likes. Let's move to the next question, everyone. Embrace yourself, and here we go to the next question, right? Question number 2. We have 10 questions, so you've got to be really very quick, and you have to just assure that you are doing amazing. Be very quick with that. And here we go. Yes. Multiple fission is seen in. Very easy question, right? We have just discussed about it. So where we'll be able to see the multiple fission? In amoeba, Spirogyra, Plasmodium, or the Planaria. We will be seeing the leaderboard after some time, but not now. right? We have to build up the, amazing excitement around it. So come on everyone, multiple fission is seen in. Time's up, and the correct answer over here is option number C, the third option that we have, that is the plasmodium. And 93% of you have voted for the correct answer. That's really very good, right? Super amazing, everyone. 12 of you have voted for the amoeba, 9 of you for the Spirogyra, and 4 for the planaria. The correct option is plasmodium. Let's look at the answer. So we'll see the multiple fission in the plasmodium, right? There will be the cyst formation, and as the cyst rupture, we'll see the release of the daughter cells, right? Very good. Oh, that's really very fast. Okay. Awesome. Moving to the next question, everyone. Question number 3, and here we go. Answer fast to get more points. The asexual reproduction in the Spirogyra involves breaking into the many fragments. Then we have the formation of the bud of the growth, division of the cell into the 2 cells, or the division of the cells into many cells. Misclick, Shraddha. I understand. It happens. Yes. Three, 2, and 1. Very good. And the correct answer is option number A, right? They will be breaking into the various many fragments. So we got the answer, 89%, right? 89 of you. Now the percentage, 89 of you have voted for the correct answer. And over here we have few who have not voted for the correct answer. Now you know the correct answer, you can make a note of it. Moving ahead to the solution part of it, we know that fragmentation, what we'll see the fragmentation, we'll see upon the maturation, the organisms will be breaking it into the various fragments, right? Many fragments, and each of the fragments will be growing into an individual, right? So that's the solution part for all of us, so that we can easily recall the things that we have studied. So in these 10 questions, we are covering up our whole session. Moving to the next question, here we have, we'll be going to the question number 4. And here you go. You have to answer fast. And here we have the question. Reproduction prevents. It prevents what? It prevents the continuity, it prevents the evolution, it prevents the extinction, or it prevents the variation. So we discussed about the importance of reproduction, right? Yes? We have discussed about the importance of reproduction. If you can recall, you got the answer. Very good, everyone. I can see many of you got the correct answer. And you're writing in the YouTube chat box. And super amazing. Out of 111, right? 93 of you have voted for the correct answer. That is the extinction. So reproduction will be preventing the extinction of the species altogether. Yes? I will definitely show you the leaderboard after some time. So I know that we all want to see that. So we just have to wait. Thank you, Hema, right? So let's move to the solution part of it, right? Over here we have reproduction is important because it provides a variation and it leads to the variation. It leads to the evolution. Then of course, it actually helps to maintain the continuity of the species, and of course it prevents the extinction of the species. Moving ahead to the next question, everyone, we have the, it was a surprise for me also. They didn't tell me, right, where we have the leaderboard. So quite unpredictable. So here we have, the leaderboard. So we have Abhay. He's the fastest over here to give the answer. I hope that you can see the leaderboard. I want you to, just write over here. Then we have Soul, we have Golden. Then we have Richik, then we have Harshil, Varsha, Ritika, Aditya. Right, then we have, good. We have Rudra and we have Excited. Amazing. You can't see? You have to come back on the Menti. On the YouTube, will not be able to see. Now let's move, everyone, from here to the next. Oh, you can see your ranks, right? That's amazing. We still have some time, right? We still have a lot of questions with us. Question number 5. Here we go. Yes, here we have the next question. The question is, which among the following is an organism that reproduced by budding? Super easy question, right? Of course. We have amoeba, hydra, planaria and plasmodium. So we know what will be the answer. We are discussing about the budding process, right? And of course we know that in which of these organisms budding will be happening. Yes. I can see a lot of answers over here. Kuldeep, it's okay, but you are answering the correct answer. That's really important. Awesome. We have the century, right? We have the 100 of you, right, voting for the correct answer. No one voted for the plasmodium. One of you voted for the planaria and 3 of you for the amoeba. Budding is seen in the hydra, right? We'll be able to see the budding in the hydra process over here. We have the solution of it. So, amazing. I can see the likes button over here. Thank you, everyone. Moving to the next question we have. Here we go. Question number 6. And here you have question number 6. Variations are not observed in asexual reproduction because. So why we don't see asexual, why we don't see the variation in the asexual reproduction? 2 gametes are involved, it involves only one parent, it involves only two parents, and none of the above. What will be the correct answer? Thank you, Shivansh Gupta. Thank you. Option, okay, I don't know, yeah, I'll not say. Right, I'll not say the correct option. 3, 2, and 1. The correct option is, right, that it involves only one parent, and this is the reason why we don't see the variation in the asexual reproduction. Amoeba, the parent, and the daughter cells will look identical because there is no variation happening. Yes? So we have the answer with us, and over here we have the solution. So that's a main reason for it. We have the difference of the asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. So look over here. Right? Let's move to the next question very quickly. Question number 7. And over here we have leaderboard will be coming randomly when we don't expect it. Here we have the question. We have the regeneration is also called as fragmentation. So we have 2 statements. Statement 1 is regeneration is also called as the fragmentation, and statement 2 is Spirogyra undergoes fragmentation. Super easy, right? Super easy. Yes, I can see the so many correct answers over here. Yes, come on everyone. We just have to tell whether both the statements are true, not true, correct or incorrect, or what is the status. I can see many of you got confused over here. So 70 of you are absolutely correct. So statement 1 is not true, right? It's incorrect. Regeneration is also called fragmentation? No. So over here, both the statements are correct? No, it cannot be. So those of you who have voted for the one statement is correct and both the statements are correct, focus, they are not same. And the Spirogyra undergoes the fragmentation, that's absolutely correct. Okay, so this is important. I can see some confusion happening over here. Please do the homework and you can watch the session again about the fragmentation and the regeneration. Over here we have the explanation for it, right? Let's move ahead, everyone. It's okay, Kuldeep, I understand. Yes. Yeah, you will have 30 seconds to vote. Question number 8. Here we have, identify the type of asexual reproduction. Come on, all of us can easily solve this question, right? Regeneration, fission, budding, or the none of the above, right? Super easy. Yes, what we have over here, right? We discussed about it. And you have the homework on this, right? So remember that. I'll be telling you about your homework also. Yes. Okay, last 3, 2, and 1. And the answer is regeneration, right? So 95 of you have voted for the correct answer, which is regeneration. 5 of you have voted for the fission. It's not fission, it's regeneration. 1 budding and 3 none of the above. So correct answer is regeneration, right? And this is the planaria. That's so sweet. Ananya, that's nice. That's so sweet of you. Question number 9. Here we go. Here we have development of outgrowth is seen in. Again, a very easy question, right? Where we'll see the outgrowth happening, right? Amoeba, paramecium, Spirogyra or Hydra. I can actually move back and I can come. Think about it, everyone. Right? It is related to the outgrowth, right? Outgrowth. You have to focus on the word outgrowth, and that's how you will get the answer. Yes? Yes. So 87 of you have voted for the correct answer. That is the Hydra, right? We will see the development of the outgrowth. We will see the development of the bud, right? In the Hydra. Yes. Over here we have the correct answer. That is Hydra. Very good. Now, that's our last question, right? Question number 10, and here we go. That's the last question of today's class. Gametes are not involved in. So we know what gametes are, right? And they are not involved in, okay, fission, budding, fragmentation, or all of the above. Yes? It's okay, Sophia. You're getting all the answers correct. That means that you paid the attention to the class, right? And you got all the information. Yes. And time's up. Ta-da! 95 of you have voted for the correct answer, that none of these are involved, right? Of course, in none of these, we have the involvement of the gametes, right? So it was a very easy answer, and of course, 95 of you have voted for the correct answer. Now it's time for us to see the leaderboard, right? Now, definitely we should have it, but before that, we have the discussion slide. And of course, we know this, the difference between the asexual and the sexual reproduction. These points are really important. And now, what we have? Oh my God. Yes. I thought there's a hang in the system, but yeah, we have our leaderboard now. So congratulations to each one of you, right, who have participated in the quiz, right, because it's really very important. And to all of you who have voted for the correct answer. And over here, we have the winner, right? Rachik is over here. Abhay is there. Then we have Ritika, right? I'm sure you can see the names. Then we have Hari Murli. Then we have Golden, Alicia, Varsha, Aditya, Nikesh, and Aradhyana. Yes. Congratulations to each one of you. Nice, right? Oh my God, we have so many people over here. That's really very amazing. Yes. And with this, we are done with our today's class. We have got you covered. We have just started with the term 2, right? It's just the beginning of the term 2. We have so many amazing sessions that we have planned for you, right? There's amazing thing that we'll be doing in teaching, and of course, we'll be using amazing things. So what you have to do? You just have to come, right, to the classes regularly. You can subscribe to our channel. You can like the video, right? Thank you so much. And of course, apart from that, you can trial the free classes. The link is in the description box below. Click on it and you will have the link. Thank you so much, everyone. Merry Christmas and advance Happy New Year. We'll be meeting again for sure. So yeah. Right, the important thing for you to remember is that don't be sad about the ranks. The important thing is your learning. So जितना आपने सीख लिया सेशन में वो बहुत important है. I hope कि आपने जो भी हमने आज पढ़ा है आपको समझ में आया है, right? You have paid attention to it. You have noted down the important points, right? Yes? Apart from that, remember that before you come to the class, read from your textbook so that if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Or in the class, right? We all are here. In next session, we'll be discussing about the spore formation and the vegetative propagation. Yes? And we'll have lots of amazing sessions ahead planned for you. Don't forget the homework. So I want to see how many of you will be writing in the comments right after the class. The homework for today is very simple. You have to just write the difference between the fragmentation and regeneration, right? That will be helping you to learn better. So I will be waiting for your answers. Let me tell you, I usually go to the comment section and read your comments. So definitely write your answer over there. On that note, everyone, Merry Christmas to each one of you in advance. And of course, Happy New Year in advance, right? We'll be meeting soon. Kuldeep will be having more sessions of it. For bio, for sure, we'll be having a lot more sessions. Now, on that note, everyone, I'll say bye-bye to you. Thank you for staying and learning with us. Take care of yourself. Lots of love, and take care of yourself and keep yourself healthy and keep on reading. Bye-bye.